Good to see you, my friend.
It is so good to see you.
Good to see you.
It is so doggone good to see you, man.
It's good to be back.
It is good to be back. I mean, we say this all the time, but truly, this time we really mean it.
We do.
It is good to be back.
I've missed the board.
Oh, I know. I know.
Missed the interaction with the board.
I mean, hey, not that the Zoom
My
or
brown
not
bag.
not that the Streamyard didn't work. I mean, we were able to do it. But there is something about just being together like this.
That's right.
You just can't replicate that.
Back,
it's a vibe.
That's right. Back.
You know,
talk some championship games.
There's an energy that you have, even when you're on like StreamYard or Zoom, whatever you're using. But when you're together, you just feed off each other. I know, so you can tell we're back. So you got Carl, you got Doug, you got Brimm Sportsman. We are back. We're back for the championship games this weekend. Those conference championships.
What a season!
Oh my gosh! It just absolutely. This is the culmination of it. It is the pinnacle. We've reached it. And you know what? Kudos to the NFL, man.
Wow.
If I asked you back in end of August, beginning of September, were they going to pull off full 17 weeks and in getting into the playoffs and not have any, I
think you might have said they would, because I was reviewing some of the preseason picks, and a comment you made was like, they will have fans in the stands for the Super Bowl. They will have fans. I remember you saying
that.
Okay,
I think for the Super Bowl, which is in 2 weeks here?
Yep.
February 7th, Raymond James Stadium down in Tampa. Yep. I think it's like 25%. They're allowed to fill up like 25%, something like that.
It's been nice seeing some crowds. That Kansas City crowd was getting pretty. It's been nice seeing them spread out, but people are coming back.
Actually, on TV, they kept noting the Buffalo crowd. They said for as few people as there were, it sounded like a full stadium.
Yeah, that's an excited fan base there. The Bills Mafia is really excited. So
while we're talking about it, I want to get into it. Do you think having no fans, how did that do for like offense and defense?
Well,
do you think it made any difference?
So we were looking at the teams that are in. We're looking at the teams that are down to the final four.
Yeah.
And they're for the top 10 offenses in the league.
Yeah.
And their defenses are as high as 16. Who's that? Bills are 16.
The Bills
have a great defense, but it's always been like defense wins championships, right? The top two. So I think the offensives have had an advantage this year.
I agree.
There's no noise, obviously, and I was watching videos of players talking about the hype of the crowd noise. I mean, you can feel it as a player.
Yeah, just like we were talking about being here. You can feel it. You can feel it when you're a player. But I think you're right. I think that the fact that the offenses, they can hear each other.
Yeah,
I mean, it's just and I was asking, I'd love to see a statistic like red zone offenses. Were they better this year? Because if you're in a visiting stadium, you don't have that crowd just giving you all sorts of flack, right? And you got to think that helped the offenses out.
Absolutely, it did.
You've got to think it had a little bit of impact in the offenses, and I don't think you've got that really home field advantage. That was a big thing.
Not as much. No, right now the biggest home field advantage we really pretty much talking about is weather.
Green Bay,
Tampa Bay going up to Wisconsin.
Yeah,
so
doesn't matter fans or no fans. You're still playing in Green Bay, Wisconsin in January.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just nobody wants to do that.
Was good. Even Aaron Rodgers commented about the fans. That was the most fans they had in Lambeau.
Yeah.
And so he made a comment about how exciting it was to come out of the tunnel and see people in the stands again. So
it is cool because it's weird to see a Lambeau leap with no fans there. It's just like just jumping up there just for the heck of it, I mean, you love to see it when they jump up in the stands and those fans just surround them. Just absolutely
we miss the energy
surround
together. That's part of it.
I know. And having been, have you ever been up to Lambeau Field?
No.
It really is. I mean, it's one of those places every football fan has to go there one time. I mean, it's a long ways up there. It's way the heck out of the way. But just to go into that, I mean, there's an energy that's in that crowd. It really is. It's like a Michigan game. If you go to a Michigan game, there's an energy. It doesn't matter what the record is. Got a little dig there.
The energy hasn't been. Yeah, I'm not right. The energy hasn't been.
I know.
But right.
I know. Okay, so let's have a little recap of last week. The divisional games. So you had the Rams and the Packers. Clearly, it's all Packers, man. It was.
Rams had the #1 defense in the NFL.
Yeah.
Going into that game, and the Packers, to me, just feel like they're on a mission.
They are. They are.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
On a mission. And the Bills and the Ravens. Wow, what a defensive game plan. I mean, I know Jackson didn't play the fourth quarter, but man, Leslie Frazier and that defense. Look, Bills Mafia. Wow, I'm telling you,
that is a team. That is a team. You're going to see. I mean, where the Patriots, yeah. I mean, where they were there with Brady 20 years ago. Mm-hmm. You've got the Bills now, man. Yeah. It's the Bills. It's their division.
I didn't see that coming, honestly. When I picked the Ravens, I really thought the Ravens were going to win that. I did not see them holding them to 3 points. Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
Are the Ravens a one-dimensional offense?
I don't.
Is Lamar Jackson? I mean.
I don't think so. I think they've got weapons across. They're gonna figure out how to put it all together. But the Bills figure out how to stop them. That's for sure.
Absolutely, absolutely. The Bills are just something else.
The Browns. I mean, look, good season for the Browns.
Credit. Yep. I mean, my gosh,
they battled that game. Couple bad calls with the targeting, with the fumble, but that can happen. But wow, what a game! They really played their hearts out.
There was a fun game. It was an absolute fun game, and if you look back in like with the Cowboys with Troy Aikman, their first year they were like 1-15, and then their next year they're like 7-9, and then they made the playoffs and they lost to the Lions in the playoffs. Right?
It was our last playoff win.
The reason why I say that is that you have to learn how to win in those big games. So I'm talking about the Browns or any team, but look at the Browns. They made it to the playoffs. Okay, they lost to the best team and probably one of the best teams, obviously one of the best teams in football. They have learned something that you just can't replicate.
So I sometimes look. I know Doug's excited to be back live, and he's got a lot of stuff he's been thinking about. Obviously,
I'm Mr. Positive.
But I'm trying to. I don't know where he was going with that, but I'm thinking he was comparing the Browns to the Troy Aikman and Emmitt Smith and Michael Irvin
sort of,
Dallas Cowboys.
There's a very loose line there.
The Browns, I didn't want to say anything bad about the Browns today, and you're almost setting me up to have to, okay? Before we talk about that, look, the Browns have a lot of the pieces, but I don't think Baker's your quarterback. I really don't. And when you start looking at the quarterbacks in the league, Baker's not elite. And he may hinder them. He is basically just okay. And I don't know if you can win a Super Bowl if you're just okay.
I think I see where you're going with this. If you look at my Raiders and Derek Carr, there is a rev limiter there. There's only so high you're going to get with a quarterback like that.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he's horrible. I'm just saying that he doesn't have the top end.
Baker's just okay. Yeah. And they've got the weapons to be better than that, and Baker's going to hold them back, in my opinion. He's going to be the reason they don't go to the next level.
So then we go to...
Because he's not Troy Aikman.
No, he's No, he's not. Then you get the Bucs. Take on Drew Brees.
Yeah, so apparently Drew Brees was pretty banged up all season.
Oh my gosh.
But, kudos for getting where you got him, but that offense has been what I've said it was all season long.
Yeah.
I mean,
you kept nailing me with text throughout the game. He's texting me going, "This dink and dunk. That's all it is. It's doing this dink and dunk stuff."
That's all they do long. And when it comes to the playoff time, they're nothing different, and you can game plan and stop them. And that's what Tampa Bay did. Brees threw 3 crucial picks doing that.
You know I'm a Brees fan. I like Brees. His wife later after the game, she goes, "People don't know he had a torn rotator cuff." He had like a torn ligament in his foot, 11 cracked ribs, and a punctured lung.
All right.
Okay, so I want to see who is the that doctor that's allowing him to go out there then.
So let's talk about our records.
Okay, let's go to the records. I know I'm getting you all over the place here. I am just getting you all over the place here. So. 2 and 2 and 2. Actually, it's a 2 here.
Picker 2 and 2.
Yeah.
You got the Kool-Aid pick. 3 games left. You got a chance.
I get a chance. I got to
go 3-0.
Have the chance though, right there.
I got to go 3-0.
You got 3 games left. These 2 in the Super Bowl.
I've got them. I spent so much time dissecting these games. I know. I have the winners.
That close.
I have the winners. If you guys are tuning in for the winners, I've got them.
Oh, this is awesome. So yeah, I'm excited about the Kool-Aid pick. I can do it. I can get above 500 on the Kool-Aid pick. And then if you look at all of our friends on Twitter, a lot of nice weeks there.
Does Brad always have a winning week?
I think Brad does it all the time. I think every week he's got a great week going.
Yep.
So a lot of it, our buddy Pink, 1 and 3, dude.
Just glad he's on board.
Yeah, it's just okay. It's not okay. Let's see here. Then we've got on YouTube, our friends on YouTube. And so we had 2 folks.
Couple 4-0s.
1 4-0s. So we put Devin and Ryan. We put their names in the Raider helmet here.
And the lucky winner.
And we've got Devin as on board, man.
On the board. We've got Devin's picks.
Absolutely.
Welcome,
so yeah, we
picker.
got him. So we get the guest picker for this week.
All right.
Okay. So I want to talk about something real quick because this affects you.
Man, there's a lot of teams, a lot of coaches.
This has been one of my favorite things all year, as you know. I miss her. I should be an HR or
we
something
finally
like that.
we got the guys out. Look, Patricia's gone, and Quinn is gone. Your buddy up in
I can't figure that one out. I can't figure that one out.
They're going to come back.
If the Eagles can get rid of Peterson after winning a Super Bowl just a couple years ago, what the heck is Zimmer doing up in Minnesota? I mean, after all this time, seriously, it doesn't compute. It absolutely doesn't compute. Now
you're holding some resentment because you did pick Minnesota to win their division.
Yeah, I know. I'm a little bit
yeah.
ruffled about that. So there are 6 of the teams actually have got their head coach now.
Yes.
And you've got the only one that's the Texans, and who knows what the heck they're going to do. The Eagles just announced today they got the offensive coordinator out of the Colts. What about your Lions? Tell me about the Lions.
I love this Dan Campbell hire. I really do. Because, one, I've said before, I don't care about are you a defensive coordinator, are you an offensive coordinator, and what you bring to the table is a head coach in the NFL needs to be organized.
Yeah.
They need to be smart.
Yeah.
And they need to be tough.
Yeah.
And they need to know how to manage NFL players.
Okay.
And I don't care if you have an offensive scheme or defensive scheme because you're going to have an offensive coordinator and a defensive coordinator. And I don't care if you're calling the plays like Andy Reid. That's fine. And the Chiefs have always historically not had a great defense. But it's about managing the team. And we've done the defensive guy, offensive guy. I don't buy it. I don't buy it. You better be able to put good people around you. And I think that's what the Lions are doing. I am absolutely... Campbell feels like a Bill Cowher...
Look at the dude.
Tomlin, okay. Like he's got that feel about him. He did a great job when he was the interim head coach at Miami.
Yeah.
He did a nice job there. He's got a little bit of experience.
Actually, you make a good point there. He does have a little bit of experience being the interim head coach at Miami. I forgot about that.
Yeah. So it feels like, and he's kind of, he was with the Lions. We didn't take somebody else's failure and hire them. And I like that. And we didn't go after a defensive guy or an offensive guy. We went after the guy that we feel can be the head coach of our football team.
Yeah.
And to me, that's a great pick. I'm good with it.
You know, I'm big on you've got to look like a head coach.
Yeah,
you've got to look like a head coach. Yeah. Patricia did not look... Okay, well, give him a pass, okay? Right, he's proven himself. Yeah. But, okay, he's the outlier in that situation. When you looked at Patricia...
Yeah, he looked kind of sloppy.
He looked like somebody that carried the clipboard for Bill Belichick. That's what he did. Yeah.
Too much of this going on.
But Campbell looks like it. I mean, he reminds me a little bit, like you said, Cowher, maybe a little bit Mike Ditka in him. You know, Mike Tomlin. When you look at Tomlin, he's got that. He's got that. He just a peeled look in his face. I like that. The only thing I don't like about it is that he comes from the Saints, but when you've got Drew Brees and you got Sean Payton. That's really, okay, just because you stand next to a genius doesn't necessarily mean that you're a genius. You know what I mean?
But that tree, that's the person that you are being schooled under.
Yep,
so
I agree.
You're bringing that experience.
It's not like the Bill Belichick tree, which it's dead.
Yeah.
There's just nothing. Yeah. There's dead. I think Peyton's tree, that dude, Dan Campbell, learned from Sean Payton.
Yeah.
No doubt about it.
Yeah.
He learned from Drew Brees as much as, being a coach. So,
I like the hire. I like the fit. I think. How about Urban in Jacksonville? Urban Meyer.
Not going to work.
Taking that
not going to work.
You don't think so?
No, not going to work. Not gonna, here I am, the big Ohio State fan.
I do not like Urban Meyer, and I think if there's anyone that's going to, Urban Meyer feels to me like Jimmy Johnson. Like Pete Carroll.
You know what? I want to see Urban Meyer next year when they're 2-7. after 9 games.
He's only lost like 8 games in 12 years.
Oh, that's right.
He's going to lose more games in 1 year than he's lost.
Absolutely, that's exactly right. We're going to see what kind of coach Urban Meyer really is, because when you are the head coach at Ohio State or Alabama or, Clemson or Oklahoma, you've got these 5-star players, right? You've got these 5-star players, the best. You don't have to be a great coach. No, I'm not saying they're not a great coach. Don't get me wrong on that. But you've already got the best players right there. And so as a head coach in the college, you own those players too. Whatever you say, they're going to do it.
But the argument that you're making, Doug, is these guys in the NFL,
they get paid. This is different. This is a business now. I'm
gonna flip that over to say in college, you have not every person on that team is going to the NFL.
Yeah.
Even Alabama, as good as Alabama is,
you're right. Not every
how many of those 60 people are going to the NFL?
Yep.
They're not they're you've got the elite players can separate. In the NFL, everybody's good. The margin of error, the margin of talent is a lot slimmer, and a good coach can bring all that together. I'm going to take the opposite side of that.
The opposite in that.
I have animosity of Urban for leaving my Gators when he did and how he did, and I'm not a Buckeye fan, so I had to deal with that for however many years. But I think the Urban in Jacksonville is a good fit. I think he's putting a good staff around him.
He is doing that.
And that's what it is.
I don't think...
And he's organized. And he's smart.
He is at that.
And he's tough.
He won't be as bad as Nick Saban. I don't know if he'll be as good as Jimmy Johnson.
Oh, Pete Carroll.
Pete Carroll. Pete Carroll had to work at it, though.
Oh.
I'm one for the guys that have to work at it. And they really have to. That's why I like Matt Campbell from Iowa State so much. Because he doesn't have all the 5 stars. He has to build that team up with the
players. And Urban's going to get Trevor Lawrence.
That's a good start. All right, we got enough of that. So, we talked about that, the Chiefs?
Yeah.
Yeah, look at that.
Plus 220, they're the favorite.
The Chiefs are the favorite, man.
Chiefs or Packers,
Chiefs
straight
and Packers,
up.
right there.
There's a nice little play right there, plus 275, and Tampa Bay on the outside at plus 400. Wow.
Is it the best looking Super Bowl, Chiefs and Packers?
You can mix this up
any
which way.
I thought about the exact same thing.
And I'm like, they're all great games.
If it were the Bills and Buccaneers, yeah, I'm watching it.
Yeah.
If it's the Bills and the the Packers, yeah, I'm watching it.
Don't the Bills have history in a Super Bowl down in Tampa, too?
I think they do. Yeah. So, actually, the NFL doesn't lose. The sports fan does not lose.
This is fantastic.
Right here. No, it really is.
I want to tell you one thing about these 4 games is in June of 2020.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about the age of the quarterbacks.
Yeah.
We can talk about
that.
Because this plays into it. Like, this age of 2 24-year-olds, 37, 42, right? These 4 guys right here. June of 2020, CBS Sports put out an article.
Yeah.
It's on CBS Sportsline. The top 10 quarterbacks entering the season.
Yep.
Number 10, Ben Roethlisberger. Number 9, Tom Brady.
Oh my gosh.
Number 8, Carson Wentz. Number 7 was Matt Stafford.
Okay, all right.
Number 6 was Deshaun Watson. Number 5 was... This isn't my list. This is CBS Sports. This is somebody who gets paid to do this. 5 was Prescott. 4 was Drew Brees. 3 was Russell Wilson. 2 was Lamar Jackson. And number 1 was Patrick Mahomes.
So who are we missing in that?
Aaron Rodgers, they didn't even put in the top 10.
Holy... What about Allen?
Allen maybe didn't belong in the top 10 to start the season, but he definitely does now. But Aaron Rodgers, I'm telling you, I think he's on a mission. I mean, he was not even put in the top 10. I think he's on that article.
I don't feel so bad about my picks now this year.
Right? Like, how do you... you didn't have the Packers making the playoffs. CBS, somebody got paid to write that. Somebody got cashed a paycheck to write that article and tell me that Carson Wentz is a better quarterback than Aaron Rodgers.
We're not getting paid to be this bad. At least I'm not. Right. So, okay, what does this tell you? You look at these names. Allen, Mahomes, Rodgers, Brady.
Age doesn't tell you anything. Doesn't
no, okay, not the age. Drop the age part. Yeah. What does that tell you about what it takes to win in the NFL?
Yeah, you got to have... Listen, you got a quarterback play. This is about quarterback play.
It is.
It's been for a while.
Would you call these guys elite?
Yes, absolutely. All four of them.
They're elite right there. It comes down to being an elite quarterback.
And that's where, when you put, every time we saw Cleveland, when you put Baker in there, one of those guys just don't fit. Like Baker doesn't fit in there. And
if you'd put Derek Carr on this list, it would look like, what the heck is Derek Carr doing that list? You know, I mean, and I'm just saying that if in the NFL right now, all the teams that are not these four teams, you've got to be looking at every position, and if I can upgrade that team, I don't care who that player is, you've got to upgrade that because you need to be elite. I mean, okay, let's go on top of there. Not just the quarterback, you've got Stephon Diggs, right?
Yeah.
They're pitching the ball to Diggs.
So, yeah, and when you go down that list, you know, you're a fantasy sports champion.
Love it.
You won your league.
Love it, yeah, absolutely.
Tip to building, if you don't know this already, building your fantasy champion.
Yep.
If you want to be you want to win your fantasy league.
Yep.
You need to combine our top quarterback with his top receiver.
Yep.
So you had the Mahomes,
and I had Hill. That's right.
Hill combination.
I had that combination all year long.
Had the Rodgers Adams combination.
And he won the league, right?
The guy that won my league.
He won the league, yeah.
But that's the secret. You need to find a way. The quarterback that you pick, you want his top target. So,
yep.
And they're not always the top in the first round.
Right.
You know.
Right.
Shoot, you drafted Mahomes at the end of the first round.
Somehow I got Mahomes like at 10.
Yeah.
And then the nice thing, because I was at the bottom of the pack, and I had the quick turnaround.
And
so I picked up Hill on that. So it doesn't always work out that way.
But these guys,
that was a stellar combination. If you'd have had Allens and Diggs, oh my gosh, you know,
combination.
If you'd have had, like you said, Rodgers and Adams, oh my goodness, you know, so elite.
Brady and Godwin.
Brady and Godwin, that's right, you know, Mike Evans, and you know, you've even Antonio Brown in there. So you have to be elite in this league. I mean, it just shows it right here. There is no Cinderella team here either.
No.
There isn't that one team that they just lucked it out.
No,
you know, they
this is
the best. This is the cream of the top right there.
Yep.
So I mean, I'm just super excited, man. So we talked a little bit about the games. Let's talk a little bit more. Okay, just a monster matchup. You know, the Bills don't have the best running game. And that's good because Chiefs don't have the best run defense either. So there's kind of a wash on that side. So I think it's a wash on the defense side. So it comes down to the offenses. It comes down to which offense is going to score one more point than the other offense.
I know that the Bills haven't been running the ball very often.
No.
They ran the ball a total of 16 times against ball. One time in the first half.
Who's their running back?
Out of the
Singletary, something like that? Yeah.
No, they can run the ball if they want to, and the Chiefs didn't, but... And they had 4 kneel downs out of those 16 carries.
Yep.
4 kneel downs. So only 12 carries the whole game. I think don't be surprised to see Buffalo have a big running game. And here's a very key stat in this game that may be overlooked. 10 years ago, Andy Reid fired his defensive coordinator in Philadelphia.
Oh, really?
Sean McDermott.
Oh, my goodness. No kidding. No kidding.
Yep.
So there's a little bit, McDermott's got a little bit going on Reid there,
I would
too.
think so.
Yeah.
I would think so.
Yeah. I love these games, and here's the reason why I love these games. Is that, I mean, all the games at this point, is because you do what you do that got you there. Keep doing it. But then you do what you have to do to win that game.
Yeah.
So if they didn't run the ball all year, they may just have to run the ball. You know what I mean? You have to do whatever it takes to do that. So it's just, oh my goodness.
The young guys and now the old guys.
Okay. Now we I think it's Packers. To me right now, I mean, not that the Bucs are bad.
I picked Tampa Bay to go to the Super Bowl.
You did. I can't wait to see your pick here in just a minute.
Yeah, Bruce Arians has that offense I mean, they were good last year. They just threw too many interceptions.
Yeah, exactly.
But, man, Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, let's go. Let's pick them.
This is just a monster game. I mean, look at these guys. I mean, the Hall of
Green Bay only has 11 turnovers. They lead the NFL. Only 11 turnovers all season.
That's remarkable.
They've only allowed Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers to be sacked 21 times all season.
Another thing, I looked at the weather, and it's Thursday night. They were recording this. I looked at the weather. It looks like it's going to be the 20s up in Green Bay. Doesn't look like it's snow or anything. At least that's a forecast I saw.
Tom Brady's played in the snow before.
I think he's playing in the snow, but so you don't have to worry about that. You know.
I remember a fumble he had in the
I don't even talk about that.
Oh, sorry.
I don't even talk about that.
I was watching that game the other day. Rich game.
That hurts.
Yeah.
That hurts a lot. Yeah. Don't talk about that. You know, and so in Kansas City, it's going to be like in the 40s. It could be some rain. So
can play in
there
bad weather
is
too.
they both can do it in bad weather.
Yeah.
We're assuming that Mahomes is going to be okay.
Yeah,
he's going to play. If Mahomes doesn't play in that game, then that's it. Forget it. It's you're not going to. It's going to be Bills all the way in that one.
All right, let's go to brown bags.
Let's do it. Okay,
we're going to do a brown bag just to. Probably the last brown bag of the season because there's only one more game after this.
Let's note that once you get to this part of the season, it's hard to say brown bag. I mean, it's not like a Jacksonville Jaguar brown bag in the middle of the season.
The Jets winning that game or anything.
But we're going to keep it going. I'm going to start out. I'm going to say the Ravens. Now, of course, Lamar Jackson got hurt, but for the first 3 quarters before he got hurt, the Bills shut them down.
They shut them down.
They absolutely just shut them down.
Right?
And I expected more from the Ravens.
Yep.
I expected a lot more from the Ravens.
I did too, especially the role they were on. And I'm just going to go, banged up and all. It's got to be the Saints. I mean, he threw 3 picks. It was time to get the Saints to the Super Bowl, and that's how he's going to go out. And it's too bad, but I've just never been the biggest.
The Saints are your Browns.
Yeah.
The NFC is what it is. Mm-hmm. Okay. So
when the fan
we've been jabberwalking all this time, dude. We've broken down the games. We've talked as much as we can. Let's put some helmets on the board.
Let's do it.
Okay? And they're playing for this right here, man.
Let's go.
They're going for this. They're going to be down in Tampa.
I'm excited. I don't think there's a combination where I wouldn't be excited about the Super Bowl.
Okay, let's start over here.
All right.
The 3:05 game on Sunday. It's the Packers by 3.5.
And then we've seen these games. Most lines we've seen is 3.5 here. Most we've seen here is 3.
3.
So
yeah. It may waver a little bit, but okay.
So Devin
is going with the Packers, man.
He's going Packers.
He's going Packers on that one. Okay. Tell you what, you pick yours off at the same time as me.
I got to go 3-0, man.
You're going to go 3-0. Okay.
Yeah, I got to go 3-0. So you go ahead and pick. I already know.
You know what? I like the Packers so much. I'm making them my
Kool-Aid pick.
2 weeks in a row. Is that okay? Is it legal to do that?
Is it legal to do that? You've been on Green Bay a few times.
I have been on Green Bay
probably all your wins.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
How's it taste?
Tastes delicious.
Let's go back.
I won't say if it's the same one I used last week.
Okay.
So, I'm going Packers, man.
Listen.
Okay.
This is
drum roll.
Lions jersey. I picked Tampa Bay to go to the Super Bowl.
Yep.
I do not like the Packers. They have broke my heart so many times in my years.
Okay.
3.5. You're giving me a hook. You're giving me Tom Brady.
Okay.
But you know what? The Packers aren't turning the ball over. And the Rodgers, the Devontae Adams. I am going to go 3-0. The Packers are winning this game, and they're covering this game with what they did to the Rams.
I'm with you.
I think Rodgers is locked in.
I'm with you.
Locked in.
I'm with you. It's hard to...
So...
It's hard to say.
Yeah.
Okay, now, if the Bucs beat them, I'm not going to be surprised. Yep. It's not going to blow me away because it's Tom Brady.
I put the money on the Packers.
Put the money on the Packers. Okay.
AFC.
Chiefs by 3.
Devin?
Sounds about right. Devin is going with the Bills, man. He is going with the Bills, which is, I got to give him credit. The Bills, because I'm going Chiefs all the way, man. I am going Chiefs all the way. This is assuming Mahomes plays.
Yeah.
You got too many weapons in offense. It just comes down to the Hill, the Kelsey. You got Sammy Watkins. The running game, not even talk about the running game. You got, assuming Patrick Mahomes is playing, you get too many doggone weapons to stop them.
I have, every week I'm like, I like the Bills, but I'm going against them. I like the Bills, but I'm going against them.
Yeah.
The Colts did cover against them. But the fact, Buffalo has won 11 of 12 since they lost in Week 6 to Kansas City. The fact that Reed fired McDermott, I think those storylines play in. And Mahomes, regardless, he's banged up. He's a champion. He's a warrior. Kansas City, Andy Reid, they're fantastic. Buffalo is going to go in there, and they're going to meet Green Bay in the Super Bowl.
Oh, my gosh.
Buffalo's going to win this game.
I'm the odd man out for a number of reasons.
Hashtag Bills Mafia. I'm actually probably like Lee Corso when you don't want me to pick the helmet. You probably don't want me to pick Buffalo, but this is it, guys.
There you go, man. It's gorgeous.
It's good to be back. It's good to see you again.
Dude, this is awesome. So we're going to get this out on Twitter. We're going to get it on YouTube. We're going to get it on Facebook.
Yep.
We want to get your picks this week. Tell us what you think about the quarterbacks, elite quarterback play. The coaching carousel. We got so much going out there, man.
Let's go.
Oh, this is
it. 2 games left.
Dude,
good to see you.
This is fun.
All right, man.
Hey, everybody, we'll see you.
All right, good luck. Enjoy the games.